Did you ever just think about like not being an annoying little it?
Oh, I piss you off?
I think one of the silliest modern ideas is the notion that stuff like this is politics and stuff like this isn't. The idea that engaging with politics means listening to influencers call each other names on the internet or argue about which candidates you should be voting for. But this, larger and larger segments of the overall economy falling into the hands of a smaller and smaller collection of mega corporations, which are increasingly owned and influenced by an even smaller collection of investment firms who all partly own each other and are all partly owned by the same small collection of banks who are all partly owned by the same investment firms. This, which can kind of be boiled down to just being an unprecedentedly enormous degree of wealth inequality, is never seriously talked about as a problem in mainstream political discourse. Look, the job of political institutions is basically to organize and operate society in a way that is beneficial to the members of society, which means beneficial to human beings. A huge portion of that really just does boil down to managing the distribution of wealth and power. So what could possibly be a more important political conversation than the increasing, unprecedented consolidation of wealth and power into the hands of a collection of unelected financial institutions that have no obligation or responsibility to prioritize the well-being of humanity? The thing is, the media institutions responsible for keeping us informed to shape the way we talk about politics are part of the same problem. So of course they make sure we talk about politics in a way that avoids talking about this as a problem. In fact, they make sure we talk about it in a way where we see each other as a problem. It's other people's ethnicity or race, other people's religion, other people's nationality, other people's concept of gender. That's the root cause of the problems in your life. Obviously, the reason you're having trouble feeding your family and paying your rent is because the good people of Vietnam and Lesotho are taking advantage of you. Also, the immigrants. The immigrants are making you poor. No, that makes sense. In an environment of increasing wealth inequality, where a small collection of billionaires control more wealth and power than ever before in human history, it's actually the poorest and least powerful people in that society that should be held accountable. That's who's really to blame. Honestly, the fact that it's actually controversial to suggest that the people who benefit the most from society the way it is probably have something to do with making society the way it is frankly beyond me. Before you start blaming people that came from somewhere else, you might want to consider looking into what these people did to the place that they came from.